Success is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. If you want to be unstoppable, if you want to outperform everyone else, you must first understand one critical thing. The battle is not with others, it's with yourself. You must decide every single day that you will do whatever it takes to become the best version of yourself. The most successful individuals in any field, whether in business, sports, or personal development, aren't the ones with the most talent. They are the ones with the most relentless persistence, the most disciplined routines, and the most committed mindsets. They've learned that success is built on small, consistent efforts. It's the compound effect of daily disciplines that ultimately leads to an extraordinary life. Being unstoppable doesn't mean never facing setbacks or challenges. It means refusing to give up, no matter how hard it gets. It means seeing failure as a lesson, not a defeat. And it means staying true to your vision, even when the world around you is uncertain. So, how do you outperform everyone else? First, you master your mindset. You make a commitment to be the hardest worker in the room, the most prepared person in any situation, and the most resilient in the face of adversity. Second, you develop a relentless work ethic. Every day, you focus on improving, even if just a little. It's not about being perfect, it's about being better than you were yesterday. Third, you surround yourself with the right people, people who challenge you, encourage you, and help you grow. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The key to being unstoppable is making your actions match your ambitions. Set big goals, break them down into manageable steps, and put in the work day after day. When you do this, nothing will be able to stop you. If you want to be unstoppable and achieve things others only dream of, it all starts with one fundamental principle: taking full responsibility for your life. The truth is, no one else is responsible for your success or failure, only you. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you can begin to take control of your destiny. You see, too many people spend their time blaming others, their parents, their upbringing, their boss, or the economy for where they are in life. But that's the easy way out. It's the path of the powerless, the path of excuses. And when you live in a world of excuses, you'll never find the power to move forward. You're essentially handing the steering wheel of your life to someone else and letting them drive you in circles. Taking full responsibility means looking at your circumstances and acknowledging that they are the result of the choices you've made up until now. It means accepting that your present situation is a direct reflection of your actions, habits, and decisions. It's not about pointing fingers or playing the victim. It's about saying, "This is where I am, and I have the power to change it." When you take responsibility, you stop blaming, you stop waiting for someone else to change things for you, you stop wishing for luck to show up on your doorstep. You realize that everything you need to succeed is already within you, and it's up to you to tap into it. No one else can make you successful. Only your own actions can do that. The sooner you take responsibility for where you are, the sooner you can start taking the necessary actions to get to where you want to be. The moment you stop blaming your circumstances and start owning your life, you take back your power. You gain control over your decisions, your mindset, and your future. You stop being a victim of life's challenges, and you become a creator of your own success. That's the key to unstoppable success. It's about understanding that your life is a reflection of the decisions you make. If you're unhappy with where you are, then change your decisions. If you're not where you want to be, then change your actions. The power has always been in your hands. Remember, the road to success isn't paved with excuses, it's paved with responsibility. So take responsibility for your life, your choices, and your future. Don't let anything or anyone hold you back. Because when you take full responsibility, you unlock the door to your limitless potential. If you want to achieve great things and outperform others, consistency is the key. It's not the grand once-in-a-lifetime efforts that create lasting success. It's the small, consistent actions you take every single day that compound over time and lead to extraordinary results. You see, most people think success is about making one big move. But real success is built on consistent effort, day in and day out. The problem is, too many people get excited at the start of a project or goal. They dive in with enthusiasm, ready to make their mark. But as time goes on, that initial energy fades. The grind starts to feel harder, the results don't come as quickly as they hoped, and they begin to lose motivation. That's when most people quit. They stop showing up. They stop putting in the work. And that's why they fail. But if you want to be unstoppable, you have to commit to consistency, regardless of how you feel. It doesn't matter if the results aren't immediate. It doesn't matter if you're tired or frustrated. What matters is that you keep going. Every day, you do something, anything, that moves you closer to your goal. It could be as small as sending an email, making a call, or reading a chapter of a book. But every action, no matter how small, compounds and adds up over time. Success is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and the only way to make it to the finish line is to keep going, no matter what. You can't afford to let setbacks or distractions derail you. You can't afford to wait until you feel like it. If you commit to showing up every single day and doing the work, even when it's hard, you will eventually see results. And when you do, you'll realize that the magic wasn't in the big moves, but in the daily consistency. The people who outperform others aren't the ones who have the most talent or the best opportunities. They're the ones who show up every day, who don't quit when the going gets tough, and who stay disciplined when others fall off. They've mastered the art of consistency. So commit to being the person who doesn't give up. Commit to showing up, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Commit to putting in the effort, even when it feels like no one is watching. Because over time, those small actions will add up, and when you look back, you'll realize that your consistency was the difference between success and failure. The key to achieving anything great is simple. You just have to keep going, keep putting in the work, keep taking the steps, and, above all, keep being consistent. That's how you outwork and outperform everyone else. If you want to outperform everyone else and reach levels of success that others only dream about, there's one thing you must have: unshakable belief. Belief in yourself. Belief in your abilities. Belief that no matter how tough things get, you can figure it out and make it happen. The thing about belief is that it's not just some abstract feeling or a wishful thought. It's the foundation of everything you'll ever achieve. If you don't believe in your own potential, you'll never take the actions required to create success. Without belief, fear will always control you. It will stop you from taking risks, making decisions, and pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. The problem is, many people don't have that belief. They doubt themselves. They look at their past mistakes, their failures, or their current limitations, and they think, how can I possibly achieve something great? But here's the truth. Belief doesn't come from what you've done in the past. It comes from your decision to trust yourself, to back yourself even when the odds seem stacked against you. You have to understand that belief isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. It's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. It comes from taking action, learning, and proving to yourself that you can handle whatever challenges come your way. When you take a step forward, even when you're unsure, you reinforce your belief. And with each small success, that belief grows stronger. Unshakable belief means that no matter how many times you fail or stumble, you keep going. It means understanding that failure is not the end but a stepping stone. Every successful person you admire has faced failure, but they didn't let it crush them. They used it as fuel. They didn't stop. They didn't let their self-doubt become their story. Instead, they kept showing up, learning, and pushing forward because they believed that they could achieve what they set out to do. If you want to outperform others, you must develop an unshakable belief that you can. You must be the one who believes in your dreams when no one else does. You must be the one who stands tall, even in the face of criticism, doubt, or uncertainty. You can't afford to listen to the voices of negativity. The world is full of people who will tell you it's too hard, too risky, or too late. But none of that matters unless you believe in your own potential. That belief will drive your actions. It will make you show up when others give up. It will make you persist when everyone else quits. And it will keep you going when everything seems impossible. Remember, success is not reserved for the lucky or the gifted. It's reserved for those who believe in themselves, who trust that they can achieve greatness no matter the obstacles. When you believe in your own potential, the world has no choice but to get out of your way. So, start today. Develop unshakable belief in yourself. Trust in your ability to figure things out, to overcome challenges, and to achieve your goals. And when you do, you'll discover that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. If you want to be unstoppable and outperform everyone else, you need to set bigger goals. Many people play it safe. They set goals that are just within their reach, goals that don't scare them, goals they know they can achieve without stretching themselves too much. But here's the thing. If your goals don't excite you, if they don't challenge you to grow, then you're not aiming high enough. Setting bigger goals is about pushing yourself beyond your current limits. It's about looking at where you are today and daring to dream of something far greater. When you set big goals, you force yourself to think bigger, to act bolder, and to reach further than you ever thought possible. It's in the pursuit of these bigger goals where the magic happens. That's where growth occurs. That's where you become the person who can outwork and outperform everyone else. Too often, people are afraid of setting big goals. They're afraid of failure, afraid of looking foolish, or afraid they won't be able to handle the pressure. But the truth is, big goals are the only ones worth pursuing. Small goals only bring small results. They don't challenge you to become someone new. They don't push you out of your comfort zone, but big goals do. They make you step up. They make you tap into all your resources, all your energy, and all your creativity. When you set bigger goals, you also set the stage for bigger achievements. You start to think in terms of possibilities rather than limitations. You begin to ask yourself, what if I could do more? What if I could be more? And when you start asking those questions, you open up new paths, new opportunities, and new ways of thinking. That's where innovation comes from. That's where breakthroughs happen. But here's the key. Setting bigger goals is not about simply wanting more or dreaming bigger. It's about setting goals that require you to grow. A big goal isn't one you can achieve with the same old habits or mindset. It's one that forces you to stretch, to change, and to evolve. It's a goal that challenges you to become a better version of yourself. And you don't have to have everything figured out at the start. The people who set and achieve massive goals aren't the ones who know exactly how everything will unfold. They're the ones who believe in themselves and their ability to figure it out along the way. They understand that the path to success is rarely linear. It's full of twists, turns, and challenges. But that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it worth it. So, don't settle for mediocrity. Don't settle for goals that are comfortable or easy. Set bigger goals. Goals that make you uncomfortable. Goals that make you question your limits. Goals that push you to rise above your circumstances and become something greater. It's these bigger goals that will force you to evolve and reach new heights. They will make you unstoppable. And when you reach them, you'll realize that you are capable of far more than you ever thought possible. Start today. Dream bigger. Set goals that scare you and excite you at the same time. Push yourself to think beyond what you thought was possible. And as you work toward those big goals, you'll find that not only do you achieve more, but you also become someone more powerful than you ever imagined. If you want to outperform everyone else and achieve lasting success, you need to focus on self-improvement, not perfection. Too many people get caught up in the idea that they have to be perfect, that everything they do must be flawless, every move calculated, every word chosen perfectly. And while striving for excellence is important, chasing perfection can be a trap that holds you back from making real progress. The truth is, perfection is an illusion. No one ever truly reaches it. It's like chasing a moving target. Every time you think you've gotten close, the goalpost shifts. You might think that being perfect will lead to success, but what it really does is keep you stuck in a place of fear and procrastination. You wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect set of circumstances. And while you're waiting, life moves on, and the opportunities you could have seized pass by. Perfection doesn't exist, but improvement does. Every single day you can make small incremental improvements. And it's in these daily improvements, the commitment to get better each and every day, where the real magic happens. Self-improvement is the constant pursuit of growth, learning from your mistakes, building on your successes, and adjusting your approach when needed. It's about taking action, learning along the way, and making progress, even if it's just a little bit at a time. When you focus on self-improvement, you give yourself permission to be imperfect. You accept that mistakes are part of the process. In fact, you begin to see them as necessary stepping stones, not setbacks. The successful people you admire didn't get to where they are by being perfect. They got there by taking action, making mistakes, and improving along the way. They learned from failure instead of being defeated by it. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They made every moment perfect by doing something with it. The problem with perfection is that it creates fear. The fear of making mistakes, the fear of judgment, the fear of not being good enough. When you're so focused on being perfect, you freeze. You get paralyzed by the idea of doing something wrong. But self-improvement removes that fear. It takes the pressure off. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about being 1% better today than you were yesterday, knowing that those small changes will compound over time into something incredible. The key to success isn't being perfect, it's being persistent. It's about taking action even when you don't have everything figured out, even when you're not sure how things will turn out. The more you focus on getting better every day, the closer you get to your goals. You'll improve your skills, your mindset, and your overall abilities. And when you do, you'll realize that perfection was never the goal. Progress was always the point. So, stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you start. Don't worry about doing everything flawlessly. Instead, focus on improving yourself every day. Get better, take risks, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Because when you focus on self-improvement, you'll discover that perfection isn't necessary for success. Consistent growth is all you need to become unstoppable. If you want to be unstoppable and outperform everyone else, you have to understand one critical thing: setbacks are not failures. They are lessons. Too many people view setbacks as roadblocks, as signs that they're not cut out for success. They get discouraged, they lose confidence, and they start thinking about quitting. But the truth is, setbacks are a natural part of the journey. They're a sign that you're pushing yourself, that you're moving beyond your comfort zone, and that you're learning valuable lessons along the way. The most successful people don't look at setbacks as something negative. They see them as opportunities to grow. They understand that every challenge, every failure, and every obstacle is an essential part of their personal development. Setbacks give you the chance to reflect, adjust your approach, and come back even stronger. They teach you what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. In fact, the more setbacks you encounter, the closer you're getting to success, because each one teaches you something that moves you in the right direction. Here's the key. You have to stop taking setbacks personally. They're not a reflection of your worth or your abilities. They're part of the process. When you're on the path to success, you're going to encounter challenges. It's inevitable. What separates the successful from the unsuccessful is how they respond to those setbacks. The successful ones embrace them. They learn from them, adjust their strategy, and keep moving forward. The unsuccessful ones allow setbacks to defeat them. They let failure define them. They give up. If you're not facing setbacks, it probably means you're not pushing yourself hard enough. The greatest achievements come from the greatest challenges. When you decide to pursue something big, something meaningful, you will face adversity. But rather than running from it, embrace it. Welcome the challenges, because they're the ones that will help you develop the resilience, the mental toughness, and the character necessary to reach your highest potential. Every setback holds a valuable lesson. Maybe it's a lesson in patience, perseverance, or discipline. Maybe it's a lesson in humility, or in learning how to bounce back faster. Whatever the lesson is, take it seriously. Don't just ignore it or brush it off. When you learn from your setbacks, you arm yourself with the knowledge and experience that will help you succeed in the future. When you see setbacks as lessons rather than failures, you change your entire perspective. You stop seeing obstacles as something to fear and start seeing them as something to embrace. You begin to view them as a natural part of the process, a necessary step on your way to success. And that's when you become unstoppable. So, the next time you face a setback, don't get discouraged. Don't let it stop you in your tracks. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? Embrace it, learn from it, and then move forward with renewed determination. Setbacks are part of the journey, and they will ultimately make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the success that's coming your way. If you want to be unstoppable and outperform everyone else, one of the most crucial things you must master is time management. Time is the one resource you can never get back, and how you choose to use it will determine the kind of life you live. If you waste time, you waste your potential. If you squander it, you're essentially squandering your future. But when you learn to prioritize your time, you unlock the power to achieve extraordinary things. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they manage their time. Successful people don't have more time than you. They simply make better use of the time they have. They don't allow distractions, time wasters, or unimportant tasks to eat away at their most valuable asset. They understand that every hour is precious, and they treat it with the respect it deserves. You have to learn to prioritize your time, not just fill it with activity. There's a big difference. Many people think that if they're busy, they're being productive. But being busy doesn't mean you're moving toward your goals. In fact, most people are busy doing things that don't matter. Checking emails, scrolling through social media, attending unnecessary meetings, and responding to distractions. They get caught up in the whirlwind of activity, but they never actually make any progress. Prioritizing your time means you focus on the things that matter most, the tasks, goals, and projects that will move you closer to your vision. You focus on high-impact actions that align with your values and purpose. It's about being intentional with your time, not letting life's little distractions dictate your schedule. You must have the discipline to say no to the things that don't serve your bigger goals. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? Will this help me move closer to my goals? Prioritizing your time also means planning ahead. If you want to outperform everyone else, you can't afford to wait for the perfect moment or for things to fall into place. You have to be proactive. Create a daily plan, set clear priorities, and stick to them. When you know exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it, you'll be far more effective and efficient. But it's not just about making a plan. It's about following through. The people who succeed are the ones who do what they said they would do, when they said they would do it. Time is not a renewable resource. Once a minute, an hour, or a day is gone, it's gone forever. And while many people waste their time, the successful ones use it wisely. They understand that every minute spent on something unimportant is a minute they'll never get back. They also understand that the best way to maximize their time is by focusing on the things that matter most, the things that will help them grow, improve, and achieve their goals. The best way to make the most of your time is by adopting a mindset of urgency. Don't wait for tomorrow to start working towards your dreams. Don't procrastinate. Time waits for no one. The longer you delay, the longer it will take to get where you want to go. Prioritize the actions that will take you closer to your goals and get to work now, not later. So, stop letting your time slip away. Stop allowing distractions and unimportant tasks to control your day. Take ownership of your time and use it wisely. Focus on what matters most. Plan your day with purpose and stay disciplined in your approach. Because when you prioritize your time, you prioritize your success. And that's how you become unstoppable. If you want to be unstoppable and outperform everyone else, you need to understand one of the most powerful truths about success. You become the average of the people you spend the most time with. The people you surround yourself with have a huge influence on your mindset, your habits, and your actions. If you want to elevate your life and reach the highest levels of success, you must surround yourself with high-quality people. People who push you to grow, challenge your thinking, and inspire you to take action. The people in your inner circle will either lift you up or drag you down. Think about it. If you're constantly around people who complain, make excuses, or are content with mediocrity, how can you expect to rise above it all? You can't. You'll find yourself adopting their mindset and their habits. You'll start to settle for less, lower your standards, and think that average is good enough. But success is not for the average. Success is for those who surround themselves with people who demand excellence, who expect more from themselves and others, and who refuse to accept anything less than their best. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with high-quality people, you begin to see the world differently. You're exposed to new ideas, new ways of thinking, and new opportunities. You start to believe in your own potential, because the people around you believe in theirs and in you. You start to develop habits of excellence because that's what you're seeing every day. You're constantly being stretched, constantly being challenged, constantly being pushed to reach higher. But finding high-quality people isn't always easy. It's about being intentional with who you let into your life. You need to seek out people who are where you want to be, people who have already achieved what you're aiming for, who have the mindset, the discipline, and the drive you aspire to. They may be mentors, peers, or even people you look up to from afar. The point is, you need to be in the presence of greatness if you want to become great. You need to surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. High-quality people are the ones who will tell you the hard truths, even when it's uncomfortable. They won't let you get away with mediocrity. They'll push you to take action, to think bigger, and to keep going when you want to quit. They won't allow you to settle for less, and in return, you'll be inspired to do the same for them. Great relationships are built on mutual growth, when both parties are committed to helping each other become better. Now, it's important to remember that surrounding yourself with high-quality people doesn't mean cutting out everyone else. But it does mean being selective about who you give your time and energy to. You must be willing to distance yourself from those who drain you, who hold you back, or who bring negativity into your life. It's not about being rude or judgmental. It's about protecting your energy and your focus. Your time is valuable, and you can't afford to waste it on relationships that don't add value to your life or propel you forward. So take a close look at the people you spend the most time with. Are they helping you grow? Are they challenging you to be better? Are they inspiring you to go after your dreams? If the answer is no, then it's time to start making changes. Seek out high-quality people who are where you want to be and who will help you get there. Build a circle of influence that inspires and challenges you to reach your highest potential. Remember, success isn't just about what you do, it's about who you do it with. Surround yourself with high-quality people, and you'll find that the journey becomes easier, the obstacles become smaller, and your potential becomes limitless.